Hi and welcome to my PlayHouse. And today I want to try out some drives with this Terramaster F4-424 MAX. So let's put some drives in. So Terramaster has copied Synology's way of being able to put different size drives in the NAS. So I'm gonna be trying to put in, these are actually two 8 terabyte red drives. Oh, that's from back in the day when red drives was the stuff of dreams. Then I have a 4 terabyte Hitachi drive. I have a lot of drives, but a lot of my drives are SAS drives. So I needed to find all the drives that I had that was SATA drives, because it's a really cool NAS, but it doesn't take SAS drives. It only takes SATA drives. I haven't actually checked that. Well, 4 terabyte. And then I have an 18 terabyte, also a SATA drive, that we're also going to be putting in there. I haven't actually looked. It might, that might be a test that I'll do at some point. See if it could take a, if we look at the connection down there, it could actually take a SAS drive, but it does say SATA on there, so I'm not expecting it to work if I put in a SAS drive. So yeah, I mentioned last time that it came with screws, and it does, and there's a lot of them, and that is if you want to put in a 2.5-inch hard drive, or maybe an SSD here, you use the screws and you put that in here. When you're putting in 3.5-inch hard drives, you just take these plastic things out here on each side, and you take one of your drives and you put that in, and you line it up with the holes there, and you put those plastic things back. There's, oh, you have to put the back one in first. Okay, so no, confused. So there's a little error on it, and that goes forward. So I think I'll put the back in first. Okay. So that's the 18 terabyte drive. Where do we want that? Let's put it in as the last drive. There. And then let's have the 4 terabyte drive. I have no idea. Oh, I could probably test down here which number it has. So this is drive number 1. Oh, it also says it here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I'm putting that in as number 4, and then we're gonna take the Hitachi drive here, 4 terabytes of awesomeness from 2012. So this drive is 12 years old. There. Put that in. I'm more curious about the 8 terabyte drives. How old are they? 2017, 2016. I always teased my boss because we purchased some rather expensive storage, and he well, some of it is still being purchased with 8 terabyte drives. And I just think it's so stupid to have 8 terabyte drives, spinning disks. And these are from 2016, so this drive is like 8 years old. Oh, sorry, that one is from 2017. We're getting there. So okay, they don't come out. And the last little one from 2016. So this one is 8 years old. Does it have a date? It's September, so it's over 8 years. It's 8 years, 2 months. And it's the 17th of September, so it's a few days as well. There we are. That way in. So, there is one thing that annoys me a little bit about this box, and that is that the drives slide in and out a bit too easily. It doesn't feel safe when it isn't a little bit difficult to get them in and out. It feels like it needs to be more of an obstacle to take the drives out, because it feels like, oh, can I turn it up this way? Are they all gonna slide out? They're actually not. There is a thing here. You can see that thing that holds the drive in, but it's just so easy to put the drive in that it doesn't feel like it's gonna stay there. So it's a bit of a weird thing, but never mind. I have a network connection for it. I don't have a 10 gigabit network connection in my living room, which is a real shame. So we're gonna put in this 1 gigabit network connection in there. I think I need a new connection here. This one is not great anymore. The little tab has gotten tired. I've used it so much that yeah, I need a new cable, I guess. And I have also prepared some power for it. The power lead is here. I'm just gonna pop that in. There. So when you turn this on, there's like a little manual. So we need this quick start guide to be able to catch it. So we're gonna go to the computer and we're gonna get this up and running. I totally forgot. Naturally, we need to turn it on as well. Power on. Yep, it's booting. Let's go to the computer. Okay, we have moved to the computer. I'm right away gonna go this way. I have punched in the web address that it says on this piece of paper. Thunder. That I should. So let's see what happens when we do that. If I've done it right. Start Terramaster.com. There. And right away it needs me to put in my email address. I do believe I have a Terramaster account from previous times. Well, let's see. We have a TNAS there. Number of slots, 4, model number, max. I'll punch in my email address. Okay, so it has done something. I've just pressed next. So contents, package list, hardware info, install hard drives, prepare, blah 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 blah. So this is all the stuff that is want to go through with us. Let's go next. So yeah, we should have that. That's the unboxing more or less again. Can we make this bigger? I think we can. You don't have to. I think this, yeah, this is pretty much better. And if I move it a little bit, you can still see me. Very important. Next. So Something about it, notes, thank you. All the stuff, very important. I compared it with Synology's 4-bay NASes in the last video, and it's really good. The Synology NASes, just one of them has one 10 gigabit optional network connection, which means that you need to buy something extra to put into it. And I can tell you, Synology's network cards 10 gigabit isn't cheap, and in this one you get two of them with the box. So this is a very good option. But blah blah blah. Next. So installation video. I don't know. I think we can figure out how to put in a hard drive. We did that. So that's blah 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 blah. I did that. Oh, we didn't do that. Haven't put in any NVMe drives. I don't have any that I can put in. I should have, but it didn't. I need to get some more. Okay, I forgot about that. So optional, and it also puts in some more RAM. We could have done that. I think I'm gonna start with the 8 gigabytes that it comes with, which is also quite a good amount of memory compared to the competitor. So okay, we kind of saw that. Next, preparing for TNAS setup. I'm guessing that's just a Terramaster NAS. Connect your LAN, connect your devices to power, and press power. We did that. So can it find it? So we will, to search your NAS device on the network, enter the following address in your web browser. We can probably just press that. We'll just go there. Okay, that's an issue. Didn't find anything. Okay, I messed a little bit with it, and I could see that there was no network activity on the back of the box. So after me disconnecting and connecting again, I think we'll try that again. So let's press that, and just look at that. It works like a charm when it has a good network connection. Who would have thought? So only one network connection can be connected during initialization. Keep your to the internet while blah 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 blah. Okay, next. So automatic initializing about to begin. And we can choose to wait 60 seconds, or we can press begin now. So we did that. That happened. Loading the bootloader. Please wait. Okie dokie. Warning, the following disks will be initialized. Are you sure? Blah 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 blah. Awesome, it sees all of them. Select system drive for installation. System will be installed on the two selected. That's probably okay. Continue and confirm. And we're. So what it does, it has that little USB stick in there, and the operating system is on that USB thingy, and it copies it onto a partition onto the hard drive. Usually it puts it on all 4 hard drives. Maybe it's to not take too long doing the installation, that it only takes 2. So when we configure the drives later, I believe there's an option to distribute the operating system to all of the drives. Now I'm just waffling again, ain't I? So what I'm very interested in this video is to try out Terramaster's file system, of how it's being compatible with different sizes of hard drives. And I'm hoping to also try and see, how do I upgrade a hard drive? So that 4 terabyte hard drive that is in there, we might want to upgrade that along the way and put something different in there. Also, that 18 terabyte hard drive that I put in there is a hard drive that has been bad in a server setup. So there's a good chance that the smart data thingy will come out and say this drive has a predicted failure or something like that. So it would be very interesting to see that as well. Oh, and down here we can see that awesome CPU that is in there. Okay, we're rebooting. And it's beeping annoyingly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Reload. Okay. It could probably have reloaded a bit sooner. We have an EULA that we have to read carefully. Continue. So now we need to give it a name. I am not entirely sure what I'm going to be using this NAS for yet. My PlayHouse TNAS, and we'll give it a username and password and another password and stuff. There we have it. Password number 15, ready to go. It doesn't like the admin though. Okay, password number 2 instead of 15. Next. Okay, so it wants me to do some verification thingy, and I can save my password if I want to. It's probably a good idea, so I'll set this up and I'll come back when I have done that. Okay, that email notification thingy wasn't really working, so yeah. I must admit, it's a bit too often that security stuff like that doesn't work over the weekend. I have seen that before. Now we have it up and running here, and this is how it kind of looks when it's done. So to start with, it wanna takes us through what all the different stuff is, so we can reboot our NAS here. We can access our applications there. We can back up apparently. We can control panel, and there's another panel over there. Thank you very much. Try it out. Thank you. So we're gonna go and do some disk stuff, which was actually the thing that it came up with there, and it doesn't like my password. System file snapshot. Okay, so it makes a little bit of a thing of all the security stuff that I should do something about. I thought that was a pretty good password. User password strength important. Oh, I'm gonna save that for later. Yeah, there's no data on here, so it's not that important. Volume, storage, disk, virtual disk. We want to create some stuff. Can we make this bigger? Yeah, we can. It makes it easier to see, right? Storage pool, disks. It sees our disks. It sees an 8, 8, 4, and 18. Good, goody. Smart data. It doesn't seem like it has collected anything yet. Disk, so system drive. Gives us a nice amount of information about the drives. That looks pretty okay. I don't think we need to do anything here. This is just information about our drives. We have our 2 NVMe drives here, which is not populated. So those could have been used for something. Great. So I think we need to start by making one of these storage pools where we take all our drives and put them together. So we need to create one of those. and that looks about right. And this is where Terramaster has made their own RAID system, and that's their TRAID. I like that name. It's a little bit like the dinosaur, the T-Rex. So the TRAID is like Synology's SMR, and the TRAID Plus is like the SMR2. So the TRAID is like a RAID 5, but with different sizes of drives, and the TRAID Plus is like RAID 6 with different sizes of drives. Then there is JBOD, just a bunch of disks, RAID 1, RAID 0, RAID 1, RAID 5, RAID 6, RAID 10, and that is about it. So with the TRAID, we get 20 terabytes of usable disk space, 8 terabytes of safety, and 10 terabytes of waste. And that is because there is such a big difference between the drives, unfortunately. If we pick one of the other ones, let's say that one, you see now we don't get much at all. We get 8 terabytes of usable space, 8 terabytes of redundancy, and 22 terabytes of wasted space. And if we go and pick, let's say, a normal RAID 5, we get like 12 terabytes of disk space, 4 terabytes of, that's because that's what it does in RAID 5 is that it takes all the drives and it makes it to the smallest drive, which is the 4 terabytes. And that means we have 4 drives of 4 terabytes, which is 16 terabytes. And then one of those drives is the safety and the rest is just waste. And the same thing goes with the RAID 6. Okay, we have to press there. RAID 6, and we get even less. So the 16 terabytes is half usable and half waste. And the combined 16 gigabytes is half usable and half redundancy and a whole lot of waste. So the drives that I put in shows this very clearly, that when you put in different sizes of drive, there's a lot of waste. RAID 10, how does that look? That's exactly the same. So the only one that will give us anything good is that one. That's the one with the least amount of waste, because it manages to use a bit more of the space. It's still a lot of waste, 10 terabytes. That's almost 2 of the drives. If you take the 8 terabytes and the 4 terabytes, those two is almost that amount of space that is wasted. But I really like that you can go through this and you can see that the total amount of space that we have here is 38 terabytes. So what can we do with that? We can do a RAID 0, no safety whatsoever. It's a really bad thing. If we do a RAID 0 on all of this, that means that all our data is gone if just one of the drives die. If we do just a bunch of disks, we only lose the drive that the data was on. So we could kind of put the data on different drives. If we want any safety at all, this one is the one to go with, where we get 20 terabytes of data. If I take that 4 terabyte drive out and replace it with another 18 terabyte, I get a whole lot of extra data, because then those 10 terabytes are going to be usable space again. So definitely thumbs up to Terramaster for making this really good overview of the options when you want to create your drive. So let's confirm this. Blah, 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 blah. All my data is going to go lost. Oh dear. So it's creating that. I do wonder how this shouldn't take long. It should be easy peasy. Okay, storage pool creation successful. To use the space, create a volume, blah 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 blah. Confirm. Cool. So We don't have any virtual disks. We don't have any volumes. I do wonder if, do we have to create a virtual disk, or can we create a volume? Let's see. Create a volume on an existing storage pool. Create a volume on a new storage pool. Virtual disk. Oh, okay. Virtual disk is like iSCSI. That would have been beneficial if they had called it iSCSI. So yeah, so we're gonna create a volume here. We're gonna create it on our existing storage pool. Next, we're gonna call our volume. Oh, we can't even call it something special. We can just give it a description. So we can only call it volume 1, and it will be located on storage pool 1. We can select how much space it can use. Okay, so we could just call this my PlayHouse backup. I don't think I want to do another backup of all of my data, but yeah, so far let's just call it that. I don't know how much data I have. Maybe I should check that. I'm a bit in trouble here. I checked my backup of all of my YouTube video. Every recording that I've ever done is at only 18 terabytes, but there's like 18.5 terabyte here. So the storage on this NAS would be taken up by my backup if I was to make a backup of it. So let's just give it something imaginable here. So let's say 16 terabytes. 16,000 gigabytes. 16 terabytes. So next. And what do we want? Enable hyperlock warm. Okay, so they have incorporated a bit of encryption protection of some sort here, it looks like. Sounds very interesting, but it doesn't seem like I can actually click it. It's a bit of a weird one that it pops up and I can't pick it. Next, I guess we want to use that one. It's very popular as a system that protects against bit rot. Next, and summary, and confirm. And it's thinking about it. Okay, so it's working on it. It's synchronizing something. I have no idea what it's doing, but yeah, it's creating the drive. I think usually this doesn't take long at all. I just found I have like the disk in here. The largest one is 18 terabyte, and I'm already behind on the game. This is my local PC pusher, and 24 terabyte drives are available. And you have to be very careful here because that is a SATA drive and that is a SAS drive. And the price difference is not very big. SAS is just less than 100 Danish crowns more expensive than the SATA drive. And I saw that, let's see, here is a demo drive, and my best guess is this is a SAS 3 and it's a lot cheaper. My best guess is that someone purchased this, took it out of the packaging, and it couldn't use it because he really needed a SATA drive and not a SAS drive. So 4,000 Danish kroners ish for 24 terabytes. Ouch! But a lot of money. Okay, just like with Synology, this is gonna take a while. I don't remember Synology taking this long initializing and getting ready though, but it might have done it in the background. And I do believe also here that the data is, or the volume is probably available. It's just
doing some work in the background. There's a lot of other good features that you can look at here. Overview here is a nice thing where we can see the CPU load, the memory load, running smoothly. I don't know how they calculate the overall system performance. Well, apparently they do. And there is a little bit of free space. Oh, what is that? Doesn't actually say what that is. A bit of weird. There is our volume 1. 0% use of that. And then there's a home directory also on our volume 1. There's some temperature and a fan and some network. We can see how the network is doing here, and it's a nice little animated thing that moves. So further up we have the network here, interfaces. Apparently I have connected it to LAN number 2. The top one, and apparently the bottom one is LAN 1. Okay. Wi-Fi. It does not have Wi-Fi, but if you put in a little USB thingy, Realtek, this one or that one, you can have Wi-Fi. So that's a nice little thing. VPN, proxy, lots of, so it can be set up to be accessed from outside. Yeah, lots and lots of good features here. Online users, it should only be me, and there is only me. So now the Terramaster is spinning in my hand, and it has new drives in it, and the LEDs over here is flashing up. I didn't even see that there was LEDs on the front before I turned it on. My idea is that in a future video I'm gonna take that 4 terabyte drive out and replace it with something bigger. We're gonna put some data on it first, and then I'm gonna see the experience of replacing a drive and updating this to have more storage. The camera is shattering for itself here. There's a dark side. There's no... So yeah, that's the idea. It has gotten quite a bit more heavy since I put in the drives. Work in progress on this one. I really wanted to do as well as Synology with the expansion of 1 drive at a time. So I'm gonna put it down. And I hope that it does the same good job. I really like the SHR in the Synology boxes, the Synology hybrid RAID, where they have the different sizes of drives. I like it so much that I got my first Synology box back in 2011, and I have just been replacing 1 drive at a time ever since that. And I do believe I started on like 750 gigabyte drives, and I am now at 18 terabyte drives, and I've just been updating 1 drive at a time. So I hope that the same thing can be done with the Terramaster, but we'll try that out when it's ready for it. So thank you very much for watching my video. Do subscribe to my channel so you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.